Shocking news again came from the world of BTS fans when two members who always attract public attention, Park Jimin and Jungkook, were seen at a large airport in Japan. Some witnesses said that the two were seen walking together towards the international flight ticket purchase area. The moment happened during the day when the atmosphere of the airport was quite crowded by passengers who wanted to travel to various countries. Initially, not many people were aware of their existence. Jimin wore a black hat and a simple mask, while Jungkook wore a loose jacket with a hoodie that partially covered his head. Their style of dress looks relaxed, almost like two ordinary tourists who are preparing to travel home. But for some fans who happen to be there, their aura remains easily recognizable. According to several people not far from the area, Jimin and Jungkook were seen talking to airline staff at the ticket counter. Their conversation lasted a few minutes, and from a distance, it was seen that they were confirming their flight schedule to South Korea. Although there is no official confirmation of the flight they have chosen, many believe that they are arranging a return trip after some time in Japan. The airport where they are seen is known as one of the busiest international aviation centers in Japan. The atmosphere inside the terminal is filled with the sound of departure announcements, the footsteps of passengers passing by, and rows of large screens that display flight schedules to various world cities. It was in the crowd that the two global stars stood in front of the ticket counter in a calm manner. Some witnesses said Jungkook was seen holding a mobile phone while occasionally checking on something, possibly a flight schedule or travel details. Meanwhile, Jimin appeared to be standing beside him with his hand tucked into his coat pocket, paying attention to the flight information screen hanging above the counter area. That simple moment may seem ordinary to some, but for BTS fans, every detail feels important. Photos taken from a considerable distance began circulating on social media just hours after the incident. In the photo, Jimin and Jungkook are clearly standing side by side in front of the airline counter, with a staff member apparently explaining something to them. Not long after that, discussions among fans immediately developed. Many have speculated that the trip in Japan may have already been completed, and the two are preparing to return to South Korea to resume their activities. Some fans even try to guess the airline and flight schedule they might choose based on the background of the circulating photos. But what attracted the most attention was not only the fact that they bought a plane ticket, but also the atmosphere that seemed very relaxed between the two. In one of the short videos, Jungkook is seen saying something to Jimin, which makes them both laugh. The brief moment showed the warm side of friendship between them. Many fans feel that their trip in Japan may have left a lot of memories. Japan itself is often a comfortable place for Korean idols to rest or do personal activities because of its culture and relatively calm atmosphere. Major cities such as Tokyo and Osaka are known for their unique combination of modernity and tradition, something that often attracts international artists. Therefore, seeing Jimin and Jungkook at the airport with plans to return to South Korea feels like the end of a small journey full of stories. Some fans even imagine that before coming to the airport, the two may have spent their last time in Japan walking around the city or enjoying their favorite food. After the ticket purchase process was completed, witnesses said they were seen walking towards the airport security check area. Jungkook was seen pulling a small dark-colored suitcase, while Jimin carried a simple handbag draped over his shoulder. Their pace remained relaxed, although some people began to realize who they were. There was one small moment that was captured on camera from a distance. As they walked towards the international departure line, Jimin was seen stopping for a moment to look at the large screen that displayed the flight schedule. Jungkook stood beside her, then pointed to one of the schedule lines as if to make sure that the flight they had chosen was correct. The small gesture made many fans feel that although they are global superstars, in certain situations they still live the same experience as ordinary passengers at the airport. Check the schedule, confirm the ticket, and walk towards the departure gate. There was no big crowd or commotion around them at that time. Most people who are at the airport seem to be too busy with their own travel. It is precisely the tranquility that makes the moment feel more natural. After passing through the check-in area, they were seen disappearing behind the corridor leading to the international departure gate. For fans who saw the footage, the scene felt like the final scene of a quiet trip in Japan. Although there has been no official statement regarding their scheduled return to South Korea, many believe that soon the two will return to Seoul and resume their activities. But for fans, That simple moment at the airport was enough to become a news story that will continue to be talked about. I am in the middle of a crowded Japanese airport filled with the sound of announcements and the footsteps of passengers. Two BTS members walked side by side casually, carrying their travel tickets. Without a big stage, without the spotlight of concert lights, just two friends who are preparing to go home after a trip that they will probably always remember. A few minutes after they disappeared in the direction of the international departure line, the atmosphere of the airport resumed as usual. But for the few people who got to see them, that brief moment felt very special. Many still talk about how Park Jimin and John Jungkook look so relaxed despite being in a very crowded place. And the international departure lounge area in Japan. Witnesses said the two sat by a large window overlooking the runway. From there, planes can be seen coming and going, creating scenes that often make passengers reflect before the long journey begins. Jungkook can be seen staring at the plane as it prepares to take off, while Jimin occasionally looks at his phone, perhaps reading messages or checking their flight information to South Korea. There is one small moment that again attracts the attention of those around them. A little boy walking with his family seemed to be watching them for quite some time, as if trying to ascertain whether the two men were really the idols he often saw on screen. Jimin noticed it first, then gave a warm little smile. The boy smiled again before walking away with his parents. The brief interaction lasted only a few seconds, but it was enough to leave an impression on the people who saw it. Meanwhile, Jungkook is seen standing for a while and walking towards a vending machine not far from their seats. He returned with 2 bottles of water and handed one of them to Jimin. The two then sat back talking quietly, seemingly enjoying a quiet moment before their flight was called off. Not long after, announcements of departures began to be heard from the airport loudspeakers. The voice called passengers to prepare for the departure gate. Jimin and Jungkook stood up almost at the same time, picking up their luggage in a calm motion. Without much attention from the people around, they walked towards the gate that would take them back to South Korea. Their steps look light, but for fans who know the story of their trip in Japan, the moment feels like the end of a short trip full of memories. The plane that would take them home was already waiting on the runway, while inside the airport terminal, the two BTS members walked side by side towards the gate, preparing to start the journey back home.